Welcome back to the Flagship Studio here at the JP Morgan Conference 2026. I'm delighted to be in the studio this morning with Kate Torchilin, the CEO of Mirai Bio. Kate, you recently became CEO. Share with us your vision for Mirai.
Thank you, Christine. First, tremendously excited to be here and being with Mirai and working with extremely talented team to solve some really big health and technical problems. And so our vision at Mirai is to enable and deliver genetic medicines, programmable nucleic acid medicines, from promise to performance. One of the biggest issues facing those drugs is drug delivery, that is, enabling their delivery to the right place at the right time in the human body. We're just at the beginning of real revolution in genetic medicines, and already very substantial impact was delivered by some of these drugs, and mostly where so far they're getting in the human organism is the liver. And already just through that one organ, thousands and many different lives affected positively across the globe. So our vision is much bigger and much more exciting and brighter.
And around delivery.
And
your LNPs, what cells can they get into now?
Even in the last year, we've made remarkable progress. A very important part of our story and how we work is we actually partner with companies that develop nucleic acid drugs that are somehow constrained by delivery challenges. And so we work with them to help them unlock delivery to different cells. And so now we demonstrated with our partners that we can deliver their drugs to T cells, to adipocytes, to hematopoietic stem cells, to lung, to pancreas. And very, very important part of the story that we actually maintain and improve potency, tolerability, and safety profile of those drugs. And even more exciting, that we can enable our partners to take molecule from really concept and discovery all the way into large animal models in record times, in less than 10 months.
So it sounds like it's sort of the intel inside of unconstraining delivery. Is that what you would describe as the unique advantage? You're here talking to investors this week. How are you describing the unique advantage that Mirai offers?
Yeah, so I think first and foremost, nothing happens without great people. And so I think one of our advantages is that the company is built by people who were in the industry working on nucleic acid medicines, scaling them from discovery into billions of doses of mRNA vaccines or things of that nature. And they firsthand observe the challenges that are there with delivery and with scalability. So we know what we're solving for, and we have people with firsthand experience to solve that, right? So that's our absolute, underlying advantage. And then we applied all of this knowledge of really understanding what's wrong with current picture to building a much better platform for delivery. Again, you're exactly right. So it's Mirai inside. It's taking very powerful medicine. It's enabling it to do what it's intended to do in the right place in the human organism. So we built machine learning, very sophisticated program and algorithms. Very importantly, machine learning needs to learn from something.
Yeah.
And so we generated proprietary, probably one of, if not the biggest data sets in the industry of high quality in vivo data and chemistries. And we're kind of running machine learning algorithm on top of that to come up with very fast, very high quality, scalable solutions for our partners.
Yeah, and where do you see delivery going? I mean, you yourself are an expert in this area, and really that's a big part of it, having you as leading Mirai is allowing your expertise to come forward. So tell us where you see us. If we were talking in these chairs in 2027, where will delivery have taken us in the next year?
Yeah, so drug delivery actually will continue to remain extremely central and extremely important part of drug development in general. Because if you cannot get drugs to the right place, they're not going to work. And so you probably heard us kind of talk about what Mirai is doing as an analogy of a space travel, right? Really putting cargoes into the rocket ships that need to reach far stars. And you need to ensure that the rocket ship is strong, it's fast, it has enough nutrients and air on board. you set the coordinates correctly, and so on. And so that's what Mirai is enabling for its partners, and that's what drug delivery is enabling for drugs. And so as we look into the future, here it's reaching further and further stars and getting there faster and faster and safer for the cargo inside.
Got it. Kate, thank you so much for joining us in this studio. So reaching for the stars at Mirai Bio, and it sounds like with Mirai inside, you go from promise to performance. Thanks for joining us.